day and welcome to MHCC interview with our Corporation of the Month. We're proud to announce General Motors as our Corporation of the Month. And here today we have Reggie Humphrey, Supply Diversity Manager at GM. Let's start with the first question. Tell us about the history of supply diversity at GM. And then also, what about what your team does, not only externally, what people see, but also internally, in order to accomplish the great work that you do?
The GM Supplier Diversity Team has been in our program, was established in 1968. It is the oldest program in the automotive industry. Very proud of that heritage. We've spent over $78 billion with certified diverse companies since 1968. And the key to our department is a few things. One is, we like to call it, we drive ideas. That's to make an impact, to develop, to educate, to advocate, and then to maintain great supplier relationships. So that impact has everything to do with the spend and us making sure that we put plans in place to help our suppliers grow. That impact also has everything to do with what we believe is a cyclical value proposition, where when we invest in our suppliers, they're able to hire diverse talent. That diverse talent now has expendable income. And the hope is that the investment that we've made leads to loyalty in our products. And that when they have this expendable income, they're able to purchase our products, which then again allows GM to be a very profitable company. And then we can reinvest in our suppliers again. When it comes to the development, GM wants to be the premier developer of our diverse suppliers. So we've put together what we have is called a 5-point curriculum development that basically it covers five touch points. Those 5 touch points are learning how to do business better with GM in terms of our GM processes. 2 is operational efficiency gains. 3 is to have a robust talent acquisition strategy in place. Number 4 is to make sure from a financial literacy that our suppliers are well equipped to understand the long-term financial strategies of their company. And then 5thly is to make sure that our suppliers have a robust tier 2 diversity program themselves, and that diverse suppliers are included in their supply chain. When it comes to the advocacy efforts, obviously General Motors has a long-standing relationship with great organizations like the MHCC. We sponsor and support over 22 advocacy organizations at a national and even more at a regional level. When it comes to the education, we do things like not only the internal training that we provide, but external training. We go to on-site supplier visits to make sure that we can provide the necessary tools for our suppliers to drive strong diversity programs. But we also believe in outreach. So we're very active with Cristo Rey High School. We have 4 interns that actually, we're in year 2 of our program that assist our team directly. We also are very active with the Detroit Hispanic Development Corporation and their efforts to continue to provide great services to the kids in southwest Detroit. And then lastly, supplier relationships. We like to make sure that we have a very unique network of suppliers, and we want to make sure that we leverage those, not only from how we develop those suppliers, but how we interact with them and how they ultimately have the ability to sell our vehicles. We have a lot of very successful business owners who have the opportunity to buy fleet vehicles, and we want to make sure that we sell them our fleet vehicles as well as capture that same audience for retail sales.
Given the current state of business and also the goals that purchasing and supply diversity has within GM, please tell us what are the things that our MBE should be looking into right now, not only to start doing business with GM, but also to remain doing business with GM.
So I would say that first, fundamentally, right, you've got to make sure that your value proposition has a differentiator. We meet thousands of suppliers every year through probably over 12 national and regional matchmakers. And the question is, in that first 30 seconds, what can you tell me about your company that's going to make you stand out? So have you done your due diligence to understand how GM purchases its goods and services? Do you understand where you fit in that value chain? Do you understand what our key performance indicators are that we measure our current suppliers to every day? As a new potential supplier, we have to figure out a way to find a solution that we bring to the organization. And that's through cost reduction. If it meets our logistics footprint, does it meet capacity constraints in the market? So the key to any minority business entity is to make sure that you've done your due diligence to understand where you fit in the marketplace. So the key to what we're trying to accomplish is to make sure that as we meet with suppliers, we give you the tools and advice so that you can find the appropriate fit in our value chain. Not everyone needs to be a tier 1 supplier. Tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, these are all very viable entries into the market. So you've got to do your due diligence to understand where you fit in the market, where your product or service has demand, and to understand what type of intellectual property, advanced engineering resources, or products of innovation, what do you have to offer us as a company that will make you stand out versus your industry competitors?
You have been 2 years in your role, and a lot has happened since day one. Can you please tell us a success that you can say has signified, and also what challenges do you see moving forward for you and your team?
So over the last 2 years, if I were to kind of reflect on what has been our biggest success as a team and what's been our significant challenge, I think they kind of go hand in hand. And that is supplier expectations of what a supplier diversity professional should be doing as your advocate. And I think that what we've established is the fact that it's not about how many contracts we help facilitate. It's more about making sure that our suppliers are equipped for sustainable long-term success. And so I think that what we've done a great job at doing is actually constructing our framework around becoming a unique developer of our suppliers, and putting this 5 touch points together in this curriculum has allowed us to really focus in on how to make sure suppliers have long-term success. So if they understand their financials, if they understand how to achieve operational efficiency every year, if they understand how to make sure that they're acquiring the best talent, if they focus in on how to work easier within GM processes, and if they make sure that they've done all these things, and then they can also include diverse suppliers within their own supply chain, we've allowed ourselves to work with our supplier partners to make sure that they have long-term success.
Now we're coming to the fun part of the interview. Let's get to know more of the Reggie outside of the office, more personal level. So tell us about, what is your favorite movie?
So my favorite movie is Die Hard. Bruce Willis, and it's all 5 of them. I just love Die Hard. I love the moment of being the underdog and always coming out on top. Yippee-ki-yay.
What about something that should be very close to you? What about your favorite car?
That's easy. My favorite car, Cadillac Escalade. Why? It's big, it's bold, it's stylish, it's innovative, it's sleek. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's me.
And for someone that works as hard as you do, tell us about your favorite vacation spot.
Favorite vacation spot, hands down, is Orlando, Florida. It's a good balance between me, Mickey, and the family.
Reggie, it was wonderful having this interview with you. Congratulations on being the Corporation of the Month for MHCC. And I look forward to working with you and your team and bringing all the prosperity and health that we can do for our MBs. Thank you.
So Camilo, once again, I'm very thankful. We're very privileged to be in this position. This long-standing relationship with MHCC. Very proud of being recognized as Corporation of the Month. But we're also very proud of the fact that we're Corporation of the Year for 2013. And so on behalf of my team, we want to say thank you for your recognition. And General Motors is very proud to be a long-standing partner with MHCC, and we look forward to a bright future. Thanks a lot.